Hi Pisces, welcome to your August 2022 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. Oh my god, I'm getting like the same cards over and over again because I suppose, if we look at it, not the Sun card necessarily, but some of the other cards, it's kind of funny because I was just remarking about that, and that card too. Like there's a lot of things that are up in the air for people, a lot of decisions that people have to make, which makes a lot of sense because um, of all the times in the history of this world, this is one of those times when we really don't know what to expect. And so trying to make decisions can be quite difficult because, this is such new territory for us. So the heart of the matter is the Two of Wands. Whenever you see twos in a tarot reading, can indicate a decision that has to be made, and the person might be at a crossroads. With Wands, we could be talking about careers, like two different careers, maybe going into a totally different kind of career. Also, the person's holding like a globe, so it can be world, like travel, or just relocation to a new place. But again, the person may not be sure if that's the right course of action. And in the past position, we have the Fool card, 0 point. So not doing something, you know how sometimes you might be going into a new phase of your life, but the old may be following you to some degree. An example would be if you are in a committed partnership and you and your partner are having children and maybe you've had like 5 years as a single couple. Well, you're still together, so you're not changing your partnership, but you're adding this new element to it. And so there's the familiar that is still attached to that new beginning. The Fool card could be like totally radically different life. Maybe you're going to some foreign country and you've never been there before. Maybe you've never been outside of your home country, and everything is totally different for you, or could be potentially. The higher message is the Sun card, which has so many positive connotations to it: love, success, prosperity, healing, children. So an example would be whether or not to have children, and you decide to go for it because that would make you happy. This is a card of joy, or this is something you've always wanted. This could be like love conquers all as a spiritual message. So if you're traveling, if you're debating whether or not to travel to meet somebody that you've been talking to online, or maybe you met them on vacation and you're thinking of relocating, it's like, what is love worth to you? Like, what is what is having children worth to you? What is your creative goals? If you really are trying to make it as an artist, what is that worth it to you? Because this is a card of creativity as well. And the Sun can be like the career, the emphasis in your life, on your life, and that you're putting on your life, and it's something that can be very you could be very successful at it. Certainly Pisces people tend to be very creative, and therefore that's something that could come naturally to you, but even you may not want to necessarily take that chance. Perhaps you have a very settled kind of a life and you don't want to necessarily go in a different direction. But that's why I think I keep getting this card, is because people are really experiencing a lot of new opportunities or new influences coming their way. And it can be a bit daunting if it's something that they're not used to. But you have to ask yourself, why is this appearing in my life in this particular time of my life? Not to just kind of blow it off and act like it's just a coincidence. What crosses you? The Seven of Cups. This is a card that's associated with your ruler Neptune. It can be a lot of wishful thinking, confused thinking, wanting something, wishful thinking meaning that you want something to be right when it's not. You may be resistant to a new direction because you feel like it's the unknown and it's scary, but it may be the right path for you at this time, even though it's not something that there are any guarantees about. It's because, especially if it's something totally new for you, you don't know if you're going to like it. Like, an example would be, let's say you are considering relocating to a different country. There might be some reason why you've never visited there before. Maybe this is a job offer, even if it's within your own company, where you're not going to have to experience a whole new job culture because you know what your company is like, but you still have this new physical environment that you have to contend with. And it's if you can frame it as something adventurous, as something exciting, it can be a lot more appealing to you. What's coming in is the Six of Cups. Actually, I had said something similar about the Sun, and I thought to myself, that sounds more like the Six of Cups. And then I realized that I picked this card. The Six of Cups is a card of childhood, the idyllic times of the past, but it can be, if this is like something that you are embarking upon, it might have been a childhood dream, a long held dream of yours, and that can be very gratifying because you feel like you're doing something that you were supposed to be doing all along, and that you got sidetracked from. And sometimes that does happen when we're trying to fulfill our destiny in some way. But it can also be the soulmate card. So that Sun card could speak of love, and this could be with someone that you're destined to be with, but maybe you got separated from this person and you're finding your way back to them. Maybe you have realized you've gone through a lot of different relationships or people, and now you kind of like went, bam, that's who this person is to me. Pisces people, I have no doubt that they could do something like that, where they could just totally detect who is the person that they're meant to be with. And the outcome is the Queen of Wands. This is a sunny type of card, hence the background, the sunflower. They tell us this is supposed to be Sagittarius. I always say Leo, but it's definitely fire energy. But with the Queen, there is the water element also present, so it's the masculine and the feminine balance. And what's good about that is that you are a feminine sign, and sometimes feminine signs tend to be too passive and they allow other people to control them. And this is like being in control but still loving at the same time. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people, if a lot of Pisces people have kind of some, I don't want to call it horror stories, but stories about negative relationship issues that have happened to them because they didn't know how to set boundaries and also choose wisely in the first place. And there's something about love that comes up here that is very self-empowering, but also just where you feel very joyful about what is going on. So, and same thing if you're in the creative process for some reason. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.